Welcome to the Petronas Sepang Racing Team online quiz lockdown. This quiz pits 3 Petronas Sepang Racing Team colleagues against each other in a 6-round contest. If you haven't seen it yet, please check out last week's quiz, which is available on our Facebook page because there are some pretty special moments there. Thank you everyone who watched last time, liked and gave us comments. But now, let's go to this week's quiz, and firstly, we'll meet the contestants. Firstly, contestant number 1.
Contestant number 1 comes from Italy and during lockdown has been forming a band with himself.
Okay, Frankie, good to see you here. Looking fit and well there, despite being locked up at home. Nice race suit behind you there. Tell us what you've been up to. What have you been doing?
Good morning. Good morning, Andy. Good morning, everyone. Well, what have I been? Not too much because we are locked down at home. So not too many things to do, but still something. I'm trying to fill my time with interesting stuff, let's say. I try to play some instruments, try to learn to play some instruments. I try to read. I try to spend some time with my pets, you know. So something else. I've been doing something else compared to the normal life.
Well, when you get out, when we can go out again, we're looking forward to seeing the Franco Morbidelli band with you playing every instrument in the band. So that's something to look forward to. Thank you, Frankie. Okay,
Thank you.
We'll go now and just see an intro to the next contestant.
Contestant number 2 comes from Scotland and has been known to race tuk-tuks in Thailand.
Good to see you here, John. Tell us a little bit about where you are and what you've been doing.
Good morning, Andy. Good morning, everyone. Hope you're all doing well. I am here in Scotland, back at my family home, somewhere I don't get to spend so much time because during the year and for the last couple of years now I've been living in Andorra, so it's been quite nice actually to have the time and have the opportunity to be back and see my family. Spend time where I grew up. Obviously, the majority of it is indoors, locked inside, but fortunate to have a garden. So I've been remembering what life was like before this MotoGP circus, and been just like I say, spending time with family, my girlfriend, my dog, and living quiet, waiting for the pass.
Now, John, we say in the intro something about tuk-tuk racing. Tell us a little bit about what you did last year.
It was a great event we done actually in Thailand. In Thailand with Petronas, they set up an event for us, and it was really nice because obviously we have spent so much time traveling around the world, but very rarely you actually get to see some of the culture in these different areas. So Petronas set up an event. We got 3 tuk-tuks, myself, Ayumu and Adam. We all got to explore around riding these tuk-tuks, and as you can imagine, putting 3 motorbike riders on tuk-tuks, it turns into a bit of a race and a bit of fun. We're all riding them probably harder than we should have been, but it was really, really good fun, a good experience.
Good. Thank you, John. Now we're going to see the third and final contestant. Now let's just see the intro.
Contestant number 3 comes from Malaysia and, if not at the track, can be found training for Ironmans.
Razlan, good to see you here. Tell us where you are and a bit about what you've been doing.
Hi guys, good afternoon, good morning. Is well, healthy and safe. Well, where else? I'm at home last 5-6 weeks. I tell you what, it's easier to run a B team than running a household. Okay, I have full respect to my wife for cleaning the house and everything, and I tell you, it's difficult. It's stressful and counter stress. That to keep my sanity, I'm lucky that I have my bikes with me. So I can put on the headphones and cycle for hours and hours, forget about household work.
So Razlan, you're making a mess cycling around the house, though. This is not very kind to your wife. But tell us how you're training for you do triathlons. Obviously, we know this. How are you training for this swimming element? Are you in the bath doing lengths?
No, well, I tried to get on the small skateboard and go across the floor with my bathers and that swimming. But I think the
Demonstrate.
target is
Demonstrate.
the target is not to put on weight. That's my biggest problem is on weight. So I'm lucky I managed to keep trim. So my objective until lockdown is to maintain my weight.
Okay, so and we all have now the vision of Razlan in his speedos, branded speedos, on a skateboard going around his house. So that's enough of that. I think we should go now. Well, if you want to learn a bit more about the contestants, of course, visit our website, sepangracingteam.com. But for now, we go straight into round one. So round one is called Wine and Dine, and this is brought to you by Barracuda. This is where we find out what culinary delights our contestants have been creating whilst under lockdown conditions. Sadly, obviously, we're not able to enjoy the team hospitality at the moment. Last week, we learnt about Wilco's beef stroganoff, Kip's fried rice, and Jake's inability or lack of desire to cook. So what are the culinary creations from this week's trio? Let's start with contestant number one, Franco. What's been cooking?
Well, I'm not a good cook, but I'm trying. I got a recipe for a recipe
Yeah.
from a friend of mine about cooking burgers. So he gave me all the sauce that you have to put in the meat before cooking it, actually. So just been doing that, and they're really good, actually. So I'm trying to improve in cooking, but at the moment I'm just in burgers level. But actually, I think is a good burger level. So yesterday I did them with bananas and bacon. Burger, banana,
Bananas.
and bacon. Yes.
Okay,
Like
this is
pineapple pizza.
this is
Having
high
pineapple
level
on pizza.
burger making. This
Yeah.
is impressive. Yeah, this is impressive.
Yes. We're doing tricks on the burger.
I think this gets 8 points. 8 points for Frankie there. That's a good opener. John, what about you? Neats and tatties. Are you making haggis up there? What have you been cooking?
I've not quite expanded to that level yet, but I have been cooking. I have to say I've been very spoilt because I'm back home with my family. Mum's home cooking. You can't beat it. So yeah, very very spoilt. Made me very lazy in the kitchen. Normally I'm living predominantly alone and making the most simple meals, but I did make something last week. I made a beef stir fry. I've actually got a picture I can try and potentially show you. I don't know how well it'll come up, but I zoom in there. If you can see that, there's a mess all over the cooker. I've got noodles, I've got veg, I've got a burnt pan, and yeah, I made a complete mess. So my mum was grateful that I decided to make dinner one night, but I think she kind of said, "You made enough mess to save me. I might as well cook myself from now on."
You did a very sophisticated thing there that you showed that you could do it if necessary, but made it so painful that they won't ask you to do it again. But the points depend. Who cleared up the mess?
I did clear up after me.
Okay, well, I think that's a good effort too. So I'm going to award you 8 points for that as well. So it's level pegging at the moment. What about in Chateau Razlan? Who's been doing the cooking, Razlan? What's on the menu?
Well, as some of you know, that I turned vegetarian last year. So of course, my wife can't cook anything vegetarian, so I have to cook it myself. So what I did, start to learn how to cook vegetarian stuff, and my best is vegetarian chili meatballs. Okay, it's a non-meatless meatballs pasta. So that's the best that I've done last week. So I'm proud of myself, and just like Frankie, I'm also venturing into vegetarian burgers as well. So
Ah,
but with no bananas.
no bananas.
Okay, no bananas, no.
They're
Yeah,
good,
so
huh?
it's
They're good.
so it's chili vegetarian meatballs.
That sounds very good. And being a vegetarian myself, I'm going to have to give Razlan 8.5 points. So Razlan streaks into an early lead in round one, so we can see the scores. And now we go to round two. So round two is called Lockdown Lunacy, and it's brought to you by With You. Here we want to know what's the daftest or most out of character thing you've done whilst spending all this time at home. It's different to how we normally spend our lives traveling all the time. So last week we heard about Wilco on turtle toilet duties. We heard about Jake hoovering his patio. What have this week's contestants been doing that's a bit out of character, a bit unusual? Let's go to contestant number 2 first. John, what's been happening? What have you been doing?
Well, normally in this household, my older sister she's the hairdresser of the family, so she cuts everybody's hair. And because we've been isolating, she's been isolating at home, we've been isolating here. My dad needed a haircut, and anyone that knows my dad would probably know that it can't be such a hard task because he doesn't have so much hair. I was like, yeah, I can definitely give that a go. So between me and him, we decided to get the clippers out, gave him a haircut. Again, I've got a picture I can show you. And we actually done it to try and basically see what my mum said. He was like, make it as bad as possible, because anyway, he shaves it all off. So I gave him a nice, not sure what you actually call it. I gave him a nice ring the whole way. The whole way around his head. And he kept it for about 24 hours and then decided to shave it off. So that was my new skill.
That's very good. But I've got a question because, Frankie, your hair's getting quite long. Would you let John McPhee cut your hair?
Never.
Okay, so
I'll give it my best effort.
I think we're going to give you 7 for the hair cutting, John. That's we like that. We like that. What about you, Razlan? What have you been doing that's out of character, a bit strange, a bit different, a bit weird and wacky? Or
Well, I thought of one last week that happened to me, but something worse happened to me this morning when my wife asked me to take down curtains, washed it, and put it back up. You know how difficult it is to do that? You know those hooks with tiny holes? Many of them. You have to get a ladder, climb up, unhook it, take the hook out of the freaking curtains, wash it, dry them out, put them back, climb up the ladder, and hook it, every single one again. Okay? And we have 4 freaking curtains in a room each. Okay?
You should have just used
to me,
Febreze.
man, I tell you, it's stressful. Managing you guys are easy.
the vision of Razlan up the ladder,
Razlan, we
taking
will
the
remember these words, huh? Remember these words.
The vision of Razlan up the ladder, taking the curtains. But what color were the curtains, Razlan? This is a good thing to paint. White. Oh, so you've got to be careful when you take them out, when they're dry. Put them back up. Easy to get it. It's 8 points, Razlan. I think 8 points for that. That's a good effort. And if we need any curtains putting up when we're at racetracks, hotels, etc., we know who to come for. Okay. Final contestant, Frankie. What have you been doing that's out of character, unusual, bit out there?
I'm trying to think, and nothing comes to my mind actually, because I never do something that I don't want to do, and I have such a patient girlfriend that she allows me to do whatever I want, and that's it. I'm lucky. Just let's say the strangest thing that I did was trying to fix a motorbike that I had in my garage with low success, of course. But
Quite
yeah,
ironic, isn't it?
that's yeah. I'm not a good mechanic. Not a good mechanic. So if you want to take me as a mechanic, Razlan, don't do it
I don't think so, no.
because I'm very bad. I'm very bad in fixing bikes.
So this is it's difficult to score because I love the Zen-like existence. That was perfect. And then you went, then you shared about trying to fix a bike and not being able to fix your own motorbike. So your points were looking good, and then I'm going to give you a six pointer for that round. But the Zen-like, you were on for an 8. But yeah, the motorbike failure. So let's see the points at the end of that round. And now we go to round number 3. Round number 3 is brought to you by Petronas, and it's called Home Help. We want to know what device or advice has been invaluable to contestants whilst they've been at home. Last week, we saw Kip's cushion, which was perfect for his afternoon naps. He said that was his favourite thing. And so what little nuggets have our contestants been have been using in particular since they've been home? Razlan, we'll start with you. What home help have you found?
I'll show you. This is my best friend. It's a vacuum cleaner Dyson. This helps me throughout the lockdown. What do you make? Just Dyson it. This is my best friend at the moment. That's my trainer.
Okay, that's good actually. And Razlan, I don't know if I've found since I've been home. So previously, I would clean the house. I would go away for a week. I'd come back. The house was clean. This was easy. Living in the house, you clean it. You're always making a mess. So I fully understand that. So 9 points. 9 points there for that. So let's go next let's go to Franco. Franco, what home help? What's useful in the house since you've been down?
So what do you mean home help? Like it's
any device, like it could be like Razlan has a vacuum cleaner, or advice like, oh, in the morning you should always open the curtains this way, or get up in the morning. I know you're not an early riser, so what kind of strategy, what kind of insight or device around the house has made life easier?
What device around the house has made it easier? Well, difficult to say. I've been playing the piano. I've been trying to play the piano, so maybe the piano, but I cannot bring it to you right now. So,
well, we are going to set you up for later when we can go out and do things, and when we have back to track, we will have a piano in hospitality, I think, so that you can tickle the ivories. So it's more of this Zen-like existence. It's good. I think that's. I think you get 8.5 points for that one. 8.5.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good score. Let's go to John finally. What device or advice has been useful for you at this time?
The thing that I've been spending a lot of time on is my Garmin and my Strava, and it sounds quite boring, but I became quite a geek with numbers, with different power zones and cadence zones and things like that. I've been cycling for a bit, and yeah, I'm spending more time in the evenings right now analysing my data than I'm probably actually spending on the bicycle. So that's the one thing that's been keeping me sane and keeping the competitive edge high while I've been in this lockdown.
Have you reached out to your data engineer to kind of get notes and get advice and set up Excel spreadsheets and all that sort of thing?
I've thought about it, but it's actually been quite fun. I've actually been enjoying doing analysing, something that I don't normally ever do. I just ride my bike and then get about the numbers. But with all this time, I've been spending a bit of time on the computer and what I've been up to.
Okay, yeah, fair play. I think we give you, and a data analyst might like this, we'll give you 8.475 for that round. Good.
475.
Okay. So let's see the scores now. I think we have it's close. Razlan's just in the lead at the moment. John's not far behind, and Frank, it's a close pack. It's a close pack. But that's round 3 over. Let's go now to round number 4. Round 4 is brought to you by Fly Me Too, and it's entitled Go Get. Now, this one can be quite a bit of fun. It's where we ask the contestant to go and get something from their home. So they have to leave their seat, leave their camera, go and find the thing. Or they might be very lucky and have something close at hand. If you don't have the item I'm asking for, get the nearest approximation, the nearest thing to it. So there's points for creativity if you don't have a wildebeest or something else that I might ask for. So contestants at the ready. Okay, the safety first. Don't run into anything. I want you to get something from the bedroom.
Okay.
So this is where we learn just how big the houses our contestants live in, because we find out where their office is in relation to where their cameras are. Oh, very. Oh, super cool. Super cool.
I got a small house, so I won.
I know. You have a small house, but a big surfboard in your bedroom. That's
Yes.
brilliant.
Yes.
Absolutely brilliant. Do you surf?
I try.
Yeah.
I try to float. I try to float sometimes.
Very good. Very good. So, okay. We have John was back next. So, John, what did you bring us? Are you wearing your dressing gown?
I'm wearing my dressing gown.
That's. Is that what you normally wear around the house during times of lockdown?
Yeah, that and my fluffy stuff. 2 things.
Oh, we need
Gotta keep
you
warm.
we need you to post that image on your Instagram of you in your dressing gown and slippers. And Razlan, what have you got?
I wanted to grab a pillow, but then I saw my book. So I'm reading this at the moment. It's a second.
Good. Okay, so
Okay.
Frankie was back first, so he wins the time element of it.
Guys,
And
I got a surfboard.
a massive
cool.
surfboard in his
Surfboard.
bedroom. So
You've been surfing in your bedroom.
Yeah.
You sleep on it. You sleep on it, Frankie.
No. But I keep it on the side of my bed so I can look at it. Imagine of being a surfer, pro surfer somewhere in some other
That's a classic. I give this
galaxy.
round to Frankie.
well, we've got more things to get yet, but I think it's for that that element. It's a 9.8.
And guys, I have a much smaller house than you guys, because by the time I was here, you were not even reached your rooms yet. I'm here since I don't know, 2 minutes or something.
You're fast.
Yeah. John, for his dressing gown, I think it's a 6 for that element. It's a dressing gown. Yeah. It's a bit dull as well. It's a dull blue. You know, if you brought the fluffy slippers, it would have been a stronger. Razlan, book beside the bed. You had a long run as well, by the looks of it. We'll give you 8 on that element. Next thing we want, and I've got a feeling that somebody's particularly well placed for this one from what I was talking earlier. Let's have a musical instrument.
I'm back.
John back quick, but Frankie, bang, straight in there with a tiny musical instrument. Razlan's got drumstick. John, what have you got? Oh,
What's that?
Is this what John McPhee does when he's at home? How many hours do you spend practicing on that?
I've been practicing.
Okay, that's good. So for that component, everybody gets 8 points. That was good, quick, good for we have a band. Razlan, I hope you're ready to be a band. I think you promoted concerts at one point in your deep dark history, so I think you need to might start kicking off band promotion again. So finally, item number 3, and I'm going to have to add, you can't use something you've already used because that applies to somebody here. Is a piece of sports equipment. Good.
I'm back.
Good. Okay, so Razlan was back first. Is that really a sport, though, Razlan? Is that's exercise, but is it a sport?
The massage thing.
How do you do competitive massage? How do you do competitive massage? How do you win at massage?
Well, it's a sport, still a sports equipment. Something that you massage after sport.
That's a low 5
is
for
the
that
most-
element. That's a low 5. That's a low 5. It's
Critical to
exercise,
have
yes.
it.
It's not sport. Frankie, what did you get? You were back next, I think. What did you have?
I got some cycling shoes, something that I don't usually use when I'm racing, when I'm doing my normal life. But I discovered that cycling is quite nice. So I have rollers. I bought some rollers and I'm cycling on those. And yeah, it's actually quite nice. You put the music on and you do your training. You can regulate your training, light, heavy. Quite good. So
Nice,
I got
okay.
these.
That's good. I think we give you 8 points for the cycle shoot. And the irony is that Razlan had about 74 bicycles behind him he could have got. And, you know, but there we are. John, what
Yes.
sporting equipment did you get?
I've just got a resistance band. Good for the shoulders. Some recovery on the shoulders. I've been using this for.
It's
Are
the
you
same as
sure?
Razlan.
Are you
What
sure?
competitive
My
resistance
massage-
banding? What are you going to
my
do?
massage thing is better. That is not.
Have you not seen this
Come on.
World Championship resistance
No.
competition?
John, there's no way you use that kind of stuff.
That's
From the
5 points for
bedroom.
that.
Full
Same as
blown
Razlan. You
championship
guys
for
can go and do your yoga and exercise and stretch, but no. Cycle shoes.
These
that's a
guys
proper sport.
don't work out. Guys don't work out.
Exactly. They're doing recuperation from the workout they're not doing. You know, they're good at the recovery phase. Okay, so
We've been locked down for so long.
that's the end of that round. So we see the points, and that's been an interesting one because we've got Frankie's gone into a lead now, and Razlan's in second place. John's at the back, just lining up for the final few rounds, doing that usual slingshot at the end there, John. I think you're planning for. So let's now go to the next round, round 5. So round 5 is entitled "You Know It's Been Too Long When." And it's brought to you by Monitor. Now, this is where we're trying to learn what things that, even if our guys are under lockdown for half a year, never going to get done around the home. So, interestingly, in the UK, we've enjoyed the driest April since 1938. It was beautiful, blue skies, sunshine, wonderful, perfect weather. That if you had a crack in your wall outside, you could go out and seal it before the rain comes in. I don't know how good the picture is, but just up there, I've got the paints come off of my wall. There's damp coming in because yesterday the rain started with a vengeance. So I've had a whole month, the driest April since 1938. Rain started just for the final few days. 24 hours worth, a week's worth of rain in 24 hours. John will know about this sort of thing from living in Scotland. And all the water's coming in through my wall at the moment. So that's something I've neglected to do, which I could have done and should have done. So what do our contestants, what should they have done or what will they not do? Let's start with contestant number 1. Frankie, what are you never going to do at home?
What am I never gonna do at home? You sure fix something. I'm not a fixer. I cannot deal with normal things in the house. I'm just not good at it. If something breaks, we are in deep trouble because I cannot fix anything. Oh, basically, I won't fix anything. Just that.
Not
There's
even
not a
your
clear.
motorbike.
There's
Not
not a
even your
clear
motorbike.
thing. No, not even a motorbike. There's not a clear thing that I will not do, but I'm sure that I will not fix something because I'm not too good at it. So.
Okay, that's a big catch-all, but it's also it's a bit of a disappointment. Come on, you got to fix things. You got to try. It's a challenge. So it's a low score for that one. I think it's a 6 for that. You know, we'll give you a 6. And let's go
Yeah,
next.
I deserve that.
Let's go next to Razlan. What are you never going to do around the home?
That's a tough one because I have to do everything at home. Because if not, my wife will kill me. Okay, so it's you are in lockdown for too long when she start doing this to you and you just don't listen. Yeah, you pretend not to listen until you get slapped in the face. Then you do it. So whether you like it or not, you have to do it. You're at home, kids. Come on.
I think we're getting a glimpse into Razlan's domestic life here. So Razlan's doing everything.
Social distancing. I'm looking forward for wife distancing later.
Razlan, we have to ask: is your wife watching this? Are you going to have a very big job list for you when this finishes? Because I think you might be in trouble. Those curtains might need ironing. They need taking down and ironing before they're put up again. So
you don't believe the list that I've given tomorrow. Good.
Oh
God.
Need to keep you busy. We're going to give you a 7.6 for that. Finally, John McPhee, what kind of thing are you not going to do that really you should do when you're spending all this time at home?
Well, when I'm back at my mum and dad's home, I still have my old original bedroom. And the one thing that I never seem to do that I always keep meaning to do is clear out the wardrobe with my old clothes. Generally, I arrive with a suitcase full of perfectly good clothes. I put them all in the washing machine and then just start wearing them again. I never actually venture into the cupboard and pull out those old clothes that I've been there for long. So yeah, that's something I should really do, is dig them all out and either give them away or give them to a charity shop or something like that. But I need to have a good clear out.
I think we need to see the John McPhee fashion show of you wearing clothes from 10 years ago. You in your kind of shell suit and
same size as well.
Exactly. We'll give you 7.5 points for that round. Okay, so that's the penultimate round over. Now we go to the last round. Okay, so the last round is called Desert Island List, and it's brought to you by Sepang International Circuit. Here we ask contestants what 3 things they would like with them now under lockdown, and you can go back in time. You can pretend you've got all the money in the world. You can have anything you want from the realm of human imagination. So let's start with contestant number 3, Razlan. What 3 things would you like with you? You can have anything.
Oof. I think a treadmill, a swimming pool, and a bike on a trainer.
Well, if you look behind you, you may see you've got some bikes. I don't know if you're aware of this. There are some bikes in the room where you are.
That's just a third of my life. Treadmill and a swimming pool, so I can run and swim, and it's complete.
And you've already got, so you're a third of the way there. That's good. Okay, we like that. So you're a third of the way there. So we'll give you 33.3 reoccurring points for that. That's very good. Okay, exactly, calculator time. So, John, what about you? What 3 things would you like under lockdown now? What 3 things?
Well, I've been obviously spending far too much time on my phone since I've been in this lockdown, but one of the positives out of that is I have been following Travis Pastrana, and I don't even need three things. I think if I could just be locked down in his house, I'd be quite happy with that, because that guy seems to have everything. He has motocross tracks, he has car tracks, he has foam pits, everything's there. You know, he's got a nice big house with a swimming pool, with a treadmill. So yeah, if I could be locked down anywhere, I would try and be locked down in Travis Pastrana's house.
Okay, so that's a burgeoning bromance we've seen here first. So we quite like that. I think we're going to give you 36.2 points for that final round. So it's we've got to use up all these points before the end of it. Finally, we go to Frankie. What three things do you want, Frankie?
Well, of course, in this lockdown, I was thinking that it would have been nice if I had a big backyard, first of all, and then a big motocross track in it, second. So the first thing I would buy or I would take is a big backyard, then motocross track, big one, nice. And then last one doesn't matter after that. I mean, a golf car just to roll around my backyard. I don't know, something like that.
Golf cart.
Sounds pretty good.
So I like the big yard. I like the motocross track. The golf cart, just because the vision of you with no golf course, and you've got a motocross track, so you've got motocross bikes, one would hope, unless you're going to do the motocross track on the golf cart, which is a bit kind of, I think we've seen that before on, I can't remember
Yeah.
the show, but that's good. So I think for the vision of you going around a motocross track in a golf cart because you forgot to order your motocross bike, unless it's
No.
the bike you've not fixed, unless it's the bike you've not fixed and you've got the motocross bike, it doesn't work, you have to learn to fix it. I think you get 40 points. You get 40 points. It's a good call.
Thank you.
It's a good
Thank
call.
you.
Franco, your third thing could be a mechanic. You can fix all your golf carts.
Exactly. So that's the final round. Thank you, everyone. We'll have a look at the points now. Coming in third place, quite a bit of jumping around at the end there. Third place is John McPhee with 86.2 points, a podium position. Well done, John. Your second podium of the year. Well done. Congratulations on Qatar, by the way. And in second place on 87.4 points, Razlan. Which means powers of deduction show Franco Morbidelli on 84.3 points. Congratulations, you win the quiz. You win.
Yeah.
Somewhere. I was going to give you a Petronas cap.
Do you
but
have a trophy or something? Or
I have. I had to look for it. You win a Petronas cap, and we'll give you that.
Thank you very much.
When we see you at a track. So well done for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
And then talking of prizes.
Thanks to the team. Thanks to the sponsors. Thanks to everybody who's helping us.
Thank you, Frankie. Well done. But talking of prizes, for next week, and this quiz will run every week, we are going to award a pair of monitor trainers, as worn by the team, to the best questions asked from fans. So keep watching us on all our social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, to see for that. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thanks, guys, for joining us. It's always a bit interesting. We had a few technical woes trying to set us up at the beginning, but I think everything went okay. We will be back again next week. Please, everyone, give us your feedback online. And talking of next time, we're going to be joined by Johan Stigefeld, Xavi Viege, and Fabio Catalaro. So that should be an interesting one. Follow us, ask us questions, and if you're watching this live, you can head over to MotoGP.com because they usually have a live at this time following us. So keep a look there. Remember, everybody, stay safe, keep washing those hands, and follow the best practice advice in your country. Thank you to all our sponsors. And Thank you from us all to all frontline workers everywhere. We'll see you again next week. Goodbye.